Hello everyone, my name is Piyush Sharma and I welcome you to the very first video of my channel. In this video, I'll be speaking about hypochondriasis, which is health anxiety, and the symptoms that I experienced on this anxiety journey. Before getting into the video, I want to mention two things. First is that I'm not a medical professional. So if you're facing any of these symptoms, you should first get yourself diagnosed rather than self-diagnosing yourself. Secondly, I believe that people don't accept anxiety. I believe that people see it as a weakness. I believe that you cannot heal till the time you actually accept anxiety. You should come out, tell people that you have anxiety or you're facing any sort of mental health condition. It's not a weakness. A person who is dealing with anxiety and going about the day is one of the strongest person out there. So really accept anxiety so that you can take the first step of healing yourself. So without any further ado, I want to tell you what is hypochondriasis and what all symptoms I faced with anxiety. Hypochondriasis is a fear of your health going wrong, a fear of something terminally bad happening to you. From a small twitch to your hair falling or you getting a dry eye, you start relating it to something that is really bad. For example, you would relate it to pneumonia, or you relate it to cancer, or you relate it to something wrong with your heart, or any random thing. Any small symptom can become a big thing in your head. That is what hypochondriasis is all about, and it's a form of OCD. You are obsessively, compulsively attached to that one symptom. That is what hypochondriasis is all about. So, coming to the symptoms that I experienced I have been experiencing for the last 6 years, every day, 24/7. First and the major one that I experience is a pounding heart rate, skipped heartbeats, and rapid heartbeats. To explain it a little better, when I'm lying down, my heart rate is at 110, 120, even when I'm at rest, and it feels like my heart is bursting out of my chest. And there are these skipped beats. So the skipped beats sound like this pause and then thud. It's followed by a thud, and it's really scary. Another symptom related all around my heart is an extra beat. For example, so there are these irregular beats that really scare the hell out of you. Another major symptom that I experience still is dizziness and an off balance feeling. Whenever I'm walking on an uneven surface, I feel like I'm gonna fall on one of the sides, or there is this constant lightheadedness while speaking to people, while doing anything. That's really scary. Headaches is another symptom that really bothers me, because it can happen at any time and on any part of my head. For example, sometimes it's in the back of my eyes, sometimes in the center of the head, sometimes it's at the back of the head, and it's just annoying at all points. Muscle tension is another big one. Muscle tension, my back is always sore, my chest is always heavy. There are these shooting pains all throughout my body, somewhere or the other, and these random pins and needles all across my body, which is actually annoying. Another one is whoever has hypochondriasis visits the doctors constantly. You don't need a reason to go to a doctor, and whenever you come back from the doctor's office, you actually don't believe them because they just say it's anxiety, and you are constantly facing it, so you're not convinced. So you always feel like you have been misdiagnosed by the doctor, so you rush to another doctor, the other doctor says the same thing, and you come back disappointed. Reassurance seeking is another big one. You would always ask your friends or family that if there is something wrong with you or not. For example, I constantly ask my mom if I'm doing well, or if she thinks that something, the pounding heart rate that I've been feeling is something related to a heart disease, and you're never really convinced. I keep asking my friends if the way I'm walking is fine or not, or does that person experience the same symptoms while doing a certain thing. So So that is what reassurance seeking is all about, and you're never really convinced, and you want reassurances at all points. Now, some minor symptoms that are related to anxiety is ringing in the ears, a very dry mouth, your mouth feels like sandpaper. Vision distortions is a big one though. Whenever I get a panic attack, the colors seem very bright and I just feel like closing my eyes because it's just scary, and I don't want to be in that situation. Another small minor one is frequent urination. You're always scared, so you just rush to the washroom at all points. Insomnia. My sleep schedule is absolutely debilitated. I don't sleep till, sometimes I don't sleep till 4 o'clock, and sleep is one of the major things that you need to correct if you want to get yourself out of anxiety. There are these, another symptom is that I have weird sensations in my chest or anywhere in the body, and I feel like that my limb or that part of my body is actually going weak and there is something happening. Shortness of breath is another one. I am constantly out of breath doing whatever. If I'm in a stressful situation, suddenly I'm hyperventilating and I'm breathing very shallow. So that causes more anxiety. There is decreased sex drive. There is fatigue all throughout the day. You don't feel like doing anything, and kind of leads into depression as well. Concentration problems. It'll be very hard for you to concentrate on work, on doing any sort of carrying any sort of activity. You won't be feeling up for it, and even if you try concentrating on it, you will be hyper focused on your symptom rather than the job that you're doing. You create another big one is that you create new phobias as well. For example, I never feared being alone, but since the time I've been anxious, I constantly want someone to be around me. I cannot drive on my own. I cannot go on trips on my own. I used to love trekking, and I was always very passionate about it. But I'm scared at all points. Even I'm scared while playing basketball, the sport that I love. So you create new phobias with time. Muscle twitches is another one. It's a minor one, but people constantly focus on that as well. IBS symptoms. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. It's very common in this day and age, but with anxiety, it's a lot more. You're either constipated or you have diarrhea and you're not able to digest food properly. Not trusting the doctor is another one. And the last one I would say is high blood pressure. My blood pressure is always at 150 or 160 whenever I'm anxious. If you relate with any single one of these symptoms, do press the like button and share as much as possible to join me on this journey towards a fearless flow. Thank you.